Okay guys, suppose an AI model is giving some response, right? So whatever the response is generated by this model, I don't know that response is how accurate or correct it is. How do I verify or validate that? It's not like something like from a regular any response for a very basic calculator program. It will give the response and I'll know that this should be the answer. This is right. This is wrong. But that really doesn't happen in case of response generated by great LLM models or AI models. So what do we do? So very quickly, I'll go through the 5 main matrices, evaluation matrices, which we have to evaluate the response generated. So first one is accurate or accuracy. So accuracy means and how correct the response is, how valid the response is. Very simple, right? So quickly moving to the next one. Relevance. So relevance basically means how the answer is relevant to the context or the prompt I have given to the model. Suppose I really wanted information about a particular, for say, if you are in banking domain and you want to know about a particular NEFT transaction, but somehow the response is more and more about RTGS or somewhat very different kind of transaction type. So that response is really not relevant, right? So this is what we check in relevance. I mean, this is what relevance is all about. Very quickly jumping to the next matrices, which is completeness. So as the name suggests, we need to check whether the response or the answer generated or the output generated is complete or not. So again, a very small example. Suppose I want to really know about how any RAG model works, and the response which I am getting is all about how the embeddings works and how these embeddings are stored in the vector database, but that's it. But I really need to know the entire answer. I really need to know how embeddings are created, how mappings happens, and what are the how chunks are created. So this is not a complete answer. So moving to the next matrices is latency. Latency is the time taken to address the question or to answer any user's question. So sometimes you would have yourself noticed that some model take really a good amount of time, some are very quick in answering or generating response, and sometimes it depends on the context or the question type. How much longer any model or is taking to answer a question. So that's latency is all about. So sometimes if we really don't want to wait for such a long time just for a very simple question, so it means the model is not that much good enough, right? So, and jumping to the most important evaluation, one of the most important evaluation metrics is hallucination rate. So hallucination rate basically checks if our model is whatever the information and whatever the response is being generated is actually truth. It's not something a fabricated lie. It's not something that maybe the model doesn't have any. The model is not trained upon that particular information. It's just generating data for the sake of the answering the question. So that needed to be verified, right? And apart from these major evaluation matrices, we have few more like consistency. So it's not like once we have asked a question and we know the answer, and other time also again, I mean, if the same question is being asked, then the answer will change. Maybe the phrase, the how answer is phrased will change definitely, but the answer should not be changed. The meaning of the answer should not be changed. So I'll just write it down here. Okay. Consistency. One more pointer which I can think of is faithfulness. So suppose our model is giving some particular document to train upon, and some RAG model is there and we want to ask a question about a particular question. So again, taking the banking example, I need to know what new changes has been introduced by RBI for NEFT transactions. So I will provide that new circular from the RBI, but the model is not properly following that. It's not faithful to for the information given, for the document provided. So that means it's not faithful enough. So we need to check that also. So ending our very quick session about evaluation matrices, and one thing I would like to say that to learn anything, just relate to any real time example. So it's very easy to learn the things. That's all. Thank you so much. Namaste.